Hi, my name is Tony Sword, and I will be presenting information today about the IEP, or the Individualized Education Plan. We will be talking about the purpose of an IEP for students receiving special education. We will also name and describe the roles of the various IEP team members, and we'll discuss what is required for an IEP for special education services. So first, I would like to introduce some information about the law that mandates the IEP, which comes from the IDEA, or the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. Now, the IDEA was most recently amended in 2004, and then another part of it was added, the Every Student Succeeds Act, in December 2015. Congress supports this law because disability is a natural part of the human experience and in no way diminishes the right of individuals to participate in or contribute to society. Improving educational results for children with disabilities is an essential element of our national policy of ensuring equality of opportunity, full participation, independent living, and economic self-sufficiency for individuals with disability. All right, so there are also some Supreme Court rulings in cases that have had a profound effect on dictating the IEP procedures and the expectations for what should happen in an IEP. So there's two major cases, the Hendrick Hudson Central School District Board of Education versus Rowley in 1982, and more recently, the Andrew F. versus Douglas County School District in 2017. So after these cases, the impact of the litigation was that the decisions in the Rowley and Andrew cases had profound implications for school administrators regarding the education of students with disabilities. In the aftermath of these cases, schools and districts must develop high-quality IEPs for their students, which most specifically must provide meaningful educational benefit for students with special needs. So the purpose of an IEP, or Individualized Education Plan. So from the text, The Law on Special Education, the author explains that IDEA requires that every state and school district is responsible for providing a FAPE, or fair and appropriate public education, to every student with disabilities. The author goes on to explain that every student that accesses special education services is entitled to this fair and appropriate public education, and that the IEP is written as a procedure manual for meeting these educational needs. An IEP provides a roadmap to ensure that every student with disabilities is receiving a FAPE, and the IEP outlines the very specific educational program for each individual student with disabilities. So the IEP comes from a team, and the most important part of that team is that it involves parents and school staff. They become partners on the IEP team, where they will develop, implement, and revise the IEP for every student that participates in special education. The IEP is also for dictating procedures for communication between school service providers and parents, talking about inclusive IEP meetings and schedulings, and creating the opportunity for collaboration between team members on the IEP team. The IEP is also for outlining and writing the IDEA requirements for providing special education and related services to students with disabilities. Everything must be laid out in a very specific way to meet every need for every student with an IEP. It also ensures that schools are meeting the needs of students with disabilities by following the requirements of the IEP, and it also requires evaluation. IEP goals for student progress must be evaluated and shared with the IEP team. So now we're going to have a 15-minute activity. I would like for you to think, pair, and share about the learning objective Discuss the purpose of an IEP for students with disabilities. So take a moment to think about what you've learned about the purpose of an IEP in this presentation or in your own experience as a parent. On an index card, answer the question, what do you feel is the most important purpose of an IEP? And then partner with another participant and share your ideas from your index card. Please pair and share with 3 other participants from the group. And then we'll all come back to our spot and share out with the group the most important ideas that you thought of or heard about for the purpose of an IEP. And we can get that started. Okay, continuing on. Who are the members of an IEP team and what are their roles? So the IEP plan is supported, created, and implemented by an IEP team. It is mandated by the IDEA. The development of an IEP is a team effort, and the team develops a special education program and other related services for each individual student receiving special education. The IEP team includes many members, like parents, and they are required to participate and receive advance notice of any upcoming IEP meetings or information. So there are other participants in the team. They also include at least one regular education or general classroom teacher, at least one special education teacher, or one special education provider, a representative of the school district who is qualified to provide or supervise the provision of specially designed instruction. This is the person who is going to be knowledgeable about general education curriculum and the availability of the school district's resources for special education. There's also an individual who can interpret the instructional implications of evaluation results, and any individuals who have knowledge or special expertise regarding the student. And when it's appropriate, the student can even be invited to participate in the IEP team. All right, so we have another activity. This is going to be a 30-minute activity called a jigsaw. So the learning objective for this activity is to name and describe the roles of the various IEP team members. So what you'll do is you'll join a group of 4 to 5 participants, and you'll access the printed section of text from Mitchell Yell's The Law and Special Education, Chapter 10. Starting with this section, the student's parents or guardians, I would like for you to choose 2 or 3 sections to read, write down some notes on a note catcher, and independently, then you'll summarize what you learned from your section that you'll be reading, and then share out with the group that you join all the information that seems important or significant to the IEP team members' roles. So we'll take about 30 minutes to do that. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you. So now we have another 20-minute activity, but we're going to start this activity with a video. So in this video, it will provide very detailed information about what the IEP process looks like. So while you're watching the video, I would like for you to jot down some notes or ideas that sound new to you or profound or important. And then after the video, we'll join a group of 3 or 4 participants and share out the ideas that you noted from the video. And then one person from each group will be invited to share out ideas to the larger group. So first we'll watch the video, take some notes, share out in small group, and then share out in whole group. So let's go ahead and get started with that video. All right, I would like to thank you for your participation today. And I wanted to let you know that I am a student at the University of Northern Colorado Special Education Interventionist Program, and I'll be specializing in applied behavior analysis. So my role on the IEP team will be as a BCBA, or a board certified behavior analyst. And my role for students will be supporting them with resolving problem behavior and finding strategies that support positive behavior and academic growth. Thank you for your time and participation in this presentation, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you.